Backtracking to Mahogany Town, we head west to go into Mount Mortar. We've already been through that mountain quite a bit, but I bet you didn't know it had another layer to it. That's right, and it can only be explored after the 8th badge, because with that badge, you can use Waterfall outside of battle. I would like to use some repels here. I thought that the last episode, in which we were just gaining a lot of experience points on Route 45 and item collecting, was a bit tedious for me in the post-production as far as editing out all the battles. So, repel is my best friend here. Woohoo! I love how they made the animation in Crystal for Waterfall. It doesn't look like a Pokemon trucking up waterfalls. It just chucks it up there. It goes, Grew! Yo, Marcus! Marcus? Oh, that's funny. You know, if you recall a couple episodes back, a while back really, there was a Pokenerd in this cave that was looking for one of his friends, and I guess this is it. I guess this is his friend. His friend had Waterfall, and he didn't. Oh man, this means this guy also versed Claire. But does he have a badge? I mean, seriously, does Claire do that every time she sees a trainer? Oh no, I don't believe it. You need to drop those lazy ideals that you have. What lazy ideals? I just kicked your ass, and you're telling me I'm lazy? I think you're lazy, bitch, and you need to get out into the field and go train those Pokemon a bit more, because I just kicked your ass. I don't know where she gets off calling us lazy, but I don't know how other people have the ability to do Waterfall. Maybe they just convinced their Pokemon. You just talked to Seadra for a while. Now listen, Seadra. I know you think you can't use Waterfall outside of battle, but trust me, you are the future dragon. Because you're not technically a dragon now. You're still a water type. But you are the future dragon. You are Batical. You can do this, my friend. You see that waterfall? All you gotta do, approach it, and fling yourself up there. And we can travel. You can do this without a badge, my friend. I believe in you. You know, give your Pokemon a long, inspirational, drawn-out talk of how it doesn't need the badge truly to get up the waterfall. That's the only way I think other people could get this far, because really, Claire seemed quite stubborn. I mean, really, what does it take to not be lazy? You have to show up there with a shovel and wheelbarrow full of dirt. Look, I just repaved the sidewalk in Blackthorn City. Do you think I'm lazy now, Claire? And she'll say, oh, well, thank you. I don't know who you are, but what do I owe you? I never ordered a contractor to pave my city. What did you just do? Oh, no, that was a free service. All you have to do is battle me. Oh, you're a trainer? My word, I've never seen such a well-work ethic trainer in my life. I think you deserve a badge, my friend, without testing yourself at the Dragon's Den. Or maybe that Pokenerd said to Claire, now listen, Claire, I don't want to go to the Elite Four. I just want to get to the other parts of Mount Mortar. Why can't you enable me to do that? Seriously, I'll never show my face in the Elite Four. You can tell Lance to watch out for me out of the Elite Four's windows up at the top. I'm not sure if the Elite Four building is filed that way, if it's filed in levels that are stacked on top of each other. It seems as you go through it that it's just straight, like a long hall. But maybe he's got some kind of telescopic eye that could prevent any non-worthy trainer that Claire suggests doesn't need to go there. Maybe he could prevent them from doing so. Maybe. Anyway, what are we doing today, you may wonder? Besides getting the Dragon Scale, which is really just a reason enough, if all this cave had up a waterfall is a Dragon Scale item, I would still recommend you come here, because when you attach that to your Seadra and you trade it with someone, it will finally evolve into Kingdra, that sickeningly strong Pokemon we faced against Claire. Well, she had it and she used it against us. That is a really amazing member to add to your team. Of course, I can't remember where you find Horsey still. Hopefully people have commented on that. Me recording in bulk never get to see that right away, but I do wonder, where could you find a Horsey without a Super Rod? I don't know if you can potentially get it before the Elite Four. But if you have someone who knows where to find it, and then you trade with them, and then you trade back with the item, and then you trade again so you could keep it for yourself, you got yourself a Kingdra. And that will be a powerful ally at the Elite Four. But today, other than item collecting, we are going after a specific Pokemon that can only be found here. And that is a Tyrogue. Tyrogue is the pre-evolution of Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and the second generation Hitmontop. The way that you evolve those corresponding Pokemon is by having their attack, defense, and special attack, I believe it is, higher than their other stats. And unfortunately, off the top of my head, not sure what order that goes in, so comment away, my awesome fans of great knowledge. I feel like such a ill-professional LPer sometimes. Sometimes I really ought to fact-check these things. But you know where to go. So, there's a Karate Master down here. Karate Duo number 1. No, it's only one guy. And he trains in Mount Mortar to be super strong. But if you defeat him, he will hand you a Tyrogue, which is the pre-evolution that can evolve into the multitude of them, and say that you want to have all 3 of them. I wouldn't blame you if you're a fighting type fanatic. All you have to do is breed your once evolved Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, or Hitmontop once you choose at a Pokemon breeder, the nursery, with Ditto. And then you'll be able to have as many Tyrogues as you please. But this is really the only way to get this Pokemon, Hitmonlee, which never looked this good until Crystal. Every game after that, until I think Black and White, they screwed up Hitmonlee's sprite, making him look like a strange chicken nugget. But in Crystal, he looks badass. They show him getting ready to slam down with his strong feet, with his soul propped for your freaking head to smash it open. And if you do choose to get either one, you've got them all. But if you didn't want to come down here to the Karate Master, or maybe you're not strong enough to face him but still want one of these, you'll have to go back in Bill's time machine. To go back to Red, Blue, and Yellow. And hopefully you had those Pokemon in that game, and hopefully you have 2 Game Boys and a link cable, and you can do such a thing. But that's a big hassle just to get a fighting type that really is simplistic to get down here. Of course, I don't want to have my Eevee go against a fighting type. Wow, surprising. I thought that it would launch some fighting type move, not ice type. Very strange. But Hitmonchan is the master of elemental punches. Hitmonlee is the kicking... I don't even know what to say with that one. Kicking Khajiit. But it's not a cat, so it doesn't really work. But it's strong, very agile, and it looks awesome. I don't think he has... No, he doesn't. He doesn't have Hitmontop. But we will encounter a Hitmontop in the future at the Elite Four. And it is a cool Pokemon to use Dig with. If only it could be animated in the Crystal version, because then you could see him going spinning down into the ground. That's the only thing that's a bummer about Black and White, is that, yeah, there are animated sprites now, finally. After all this time, you think it would have happened by then, or before then. But they don't have specific animations to each Pokemon, it's just the generic one. So, even if you have a Hitmontop in Black and White, you're not going to see it burrow down into the ground with its head like you would in the anime, as cool as it would. And that would have been really awesome if they took some more time to be specific about the animations. I would have really appreciated that, but If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's their mentality at the Pokemon Company, unfortunately. So here's the Tyrogue. Very weak to begin with. It's only at level 10. And yeah, you can only get this thing after defeating Claire, let me reiterate. So, trainers beware. If you want to use this one, you might want to save some of those experience points we had just obtained on Route 45 for this guy. Attach an EXP share with him, and then go nuts fighting strong wild types on the road to the Elite Four, or fighting the trainers on Route 45. That should build up your experience points, and if you decide to just keep him in the experience points raising, I'm not sure how high their attack or defense or special attack has to be in order for them to evolve. But what would be a smart strategy to do is use the coordinating carbs, or what is it, protein, that's it. Carbs, protein, or other boosting, like Carbos, so we can't carry. Hold on. To use that to boost its stats, and then don't battle with it. This way, when it evolves, it will still continue to get those higher stats, but it never got any EVs. I guess EV training happened in this game, man. When did EV training occur? I thought it wasn't until the third generation that EV training came about, but there must be some hidden mechanic that I don't know about in the second-gen games, because they had these stat-boosting type items for your Pokemon. I do wonder. That's very interesting. Someone who knows more than me, please comment about that, because I'm uncertain if there's EV training in Crystal. Man, wouldn't that be crazy? I would not want to EV train in this game, though. There were so few items for it, and no Verse Seeker. But that's how you get yourself a Tyrogue, and in the next episode, we'll check out what Prof. Elm wanted.